All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is gonna be Lord's will, a quick spiritual hit on a verse that I been reading throughout the week, and I really like it. So I figured I'd say a few words on it. And it's 2 Timothy 2, and it's the fourth verse, but I'm gonna start at verse 1. So we can understand it. So let's get into it. So verse 1 says, "Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach." All right, and obviously it has Christ there, but the name of the Lord is Yahushua and Yahushua Mashiach. All right, and it says, "And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also." All right, and what are the things heard from among many witnesses that Yahushua did? Well, Yahushua performed various tasks, and a lot of them he did with, and today's words, it would be like magic, spiritual powers. Yahushua, he used spiritual powers. All right, and he did so many works that the scriptures say that this whole book, roughly paraphrased, I know it's in John, but it basically says, or Isaiah, that this whole book is not big enough to list all the stuff, or there's not so many amount of books that will fit in the world to list the amount of works that Yahushua did. All right, but Yahushua, we know he did tons of stuff, man. He read minds. All right, turned water. All the spiritual acts of spiritual power that he did. All right, he healed people on the spot, cast out demons. He said, "The same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also." Who's that? That's Lord's will starting. That's starting with the 144,000 out of the elect. All right, the elect men, the prophets who are predestined to be prophets. It says, verse 3, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach." Yeah. And verse 4 is going to expound on that a little more, because we are chosen to be soldiers of Yahushua. All right. We're chosen to be warriors of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. That's why right now in the war we're fighting, we know that we don't battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities. All right. We're fighting a spiritual war right now, and we are the ultimate soldiers on the planet Earth. All right. Out of the whole army of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we are called to be his soldiers. So verse 4 says, "No man that warreth entangleth," and we're at war right now. We're at war right now, spiritual, because we're at war against Satan and his children, the Edomites. The Edomites being the physical representation of Satan, the physical incarnation of Satan. All right. And right now we're battling him and all these false philosophies and doctrines that he's pushing out. We're destroying his strongholds. It says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." All right, so I really like verse 4, because it says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life," meaning that once we came into this truth, we were handpicked to be soldiers. All right, we can't be all caught up into this world, man. Just like if you had someone like who is in right now, who is physically at war overseas somewhere, they got the gun strapped and loaded and everything. Well, if they're on the move and they're doing their different operations, and they get sidetracked for even a single moment, they're dead. If they get sidetracked, they start to think about their family, their dog at home, their wife and their kids. All right. If they get sidetracked and start to think about stuff like that, the next thing you know, the bullet's going to be in their head. All right. Because it says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life." So we're at war. All right. Meaning that we got to be focused, because the times are soon approaching where it's going to get physical. All right. And Esau is going to start making moves at us. All right. So if we lose focus now, all right, then that can be our ass later on. It says that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. That's right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has chosen us to be a warrior. Like I said, we're the ultimate warriors on this whole planet Earth, man. All right. And going back to verse 2, it says, "And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men." Yeah, because since we're the soldiers and the warriors of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, in due time, he's going to give us spiritual power as well. All right. Having this truth, this faith is already a spiritual power in itself. Damn sun on me. But having this truth and this faith is already spiritual power in itself. But the Lord is going to heighten that. And he's going to give us great spiritual power. You know, we're going to do greater works than what Yahushua did in terms of spiritual power, man. We're going to slay many as warriors of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. I just heard this precept off the brother from Mississippi. It's like, I forget the elder's name, but, you know, I mean, I think he's still going, you know, but he's in the spirit doing a live video and he's bringing out a lot of good precepts. And I caught one of this that I haven't heard in a while. Is Leviticus 26:7. "And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword," man. Yeah, because if we're a part of the 144,000, the Lord's going to give us those spiritual powers, man. And we're going to chase these Edomites, all right, to the ends of the earth, and we're going to destroy them, man. It said 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, man. All right, so the Lord is going to give us these spiritual powers because we've been chosen to be a soldier. All right, but right now, going back to verse 4, we can't entangle ourselves with the affairs of this life, meaning that we got to be focused. You know, we got to walk that straight gate right now. All right, let me see, was there a little bit more? But no, so like that was it. You know, like I said, I just wanted to speak on really verse 4 for a little bit as it's becoming one of my favorite precepts. But you know, we got to be focused, man. All right, and in due time, the Lord is going to give us the spiritual powers. All right, and we're going to bring down this kingdom. You know, but that was pretty much it. Just a quick spiritual hit. You know, Lord's will, you were edified. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, in peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.